What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's Lamecast. I'm your host, Ten Tennerman, with my co-hosts,
Nine Ninerman.
That one's gonna say Dez.
Yeah, I'm Dez.
That one's gonna say Will, Boo, whatever. I don't care. Go on. So today...
You're Anthony, you're Aaron. Shut the fuck up.
So anyway, Ten Tennerman here. And today we're going to talk about... What are we talking about? You came up with this one.
Oh, I did come up with this idea. All right, so came up with an idea. It's kind. I guess you can say it's kind of like a little game, a little thought-provoking game. So my idea is, which I'm gonna pitch to you guys now, is that if you had to choose a horror universe to live in, whether it be movies, games, comics, and all that stuff, which one would you think you had the best chance of survival in? And the stipulation is that you can't pick like, oh, I would just pick Nightmare on Elm Street and then just not live on Elm Street. Whatever universe you pick, you play an active role. So if you pick Nightmare on Elm Street, you live on Elm Street. If you pick
Did your parents
Friday
kill
13th,
Freddy? If you're in that situation, did your parents kill Freddy?
Yes.
No, I mean you just no.
Well, then he wouldn't come for me.
What?
So that one.
What?
If my parents didn't
Yes.
kill him, he ain't coming for me.
Yes.
You don't think he would just?
You have to be the active... You have to be an active participant.
You don't think he wouldn't just kill you because he lives on
No.
Elm Street?
No.
There's tons of families on Elm Street. It's only a 1428.
That's why... Yes.
Okay, then yes.
That's why, yes. But you have to be an active... You have to be on the
Okay.
active radar for
Yeah.
whatever
So
entity
like
it is.
yeah, like if you go to like if you
Or else
Friday,
the game's not fun.
Yeah, Friday the 13th, you get your accounts are at Camp Crystal Lake.
Or you're getting laid at Camp.
Or you're getting laid.
And
Yeah,
high.
Or
yeah,
you're getting
because
high,
that's it.
Or you're just there.
Yeah, you're just there.
You
You just gotta
there.
be in the respective area. Yeah, because like I mean, you got killers like like certain ones they just killed whoever was in the area.
I'll tell you what. I got your answer right now. I want to be in Psycho. I can fucking take Norman Bates. I'll knock that pussy out. I don't even care.
I don't know, though. See, I don't know. And here's my thing why. If you're an active participant, it means you don't know that it's him. Yeah, you don't know this.
No. I'm not saying I'd be like,
You
vacancy,
go there with
Norman Bates. Bah!
Yeah.
If so, like, I don't care who you are. If you come to me in the shower, my dick's out, and you're ranting and raving dressed up like a woman, I'm going out swinging.
I mean,
Nah,
what are you gonna do naked in the shower if someone just starts stabbing you without you knowing it, though? I mean,
nah.
really?
Like, what if you slipped? Like, what if you're
What
in the
if
middle?
you slip? What if you fall? What if you fall and hit your head, or
Yeah,
you're
like,
gonna get stabbed in major arteries and
Can you
bleed
imagine
out?
how mad he would be if, like, he wanted to stab you, like, whoop! Hit your head, broke the neck, died right now. He'd be like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna explain that one.
Oh, he slipped in the shower. Why do you have that butcher knife? I don't know. I thought someone broke into
Got
his
a couple more
apartment.
questions for you, Norman.
Yeah, right?
I gotta talk to my mother first.
Mother said not to talk to the police.
So you would live in Psycho?
Nah. If I wanted to live one and realistically, that I think I could survive if I was in it.
Yeah.
I have a lock. I have a lock one.
I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one. Like, because like, Candyman's out.
No.
Yeah.
Candyman's out.
That man's like a god.
Like he's just like oh let me put my groceries in the car. Like, hey boo. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Shit. He's here. I don't know.
I got one that's definite for me.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It follows.
Yeah, I don't get laid.
In the age of Tinder and my exes, because it's like basically based on sexually transmitted diseases, the whole thing. Like if you have sex with someone, the curse goes on you, and then this entity chases you down until you die, until it kills you.
Okay.
But in the age of Tinder and all my exes, I just fuck everything. I would just fuck everything real quick.
I would be
and
so
good.
screwed in that situation. I don't get laid. I'd be like, yo, you guys would like even on an app called like I'm totally gonna have sex with you. They'd be like, I'm not gonna have sex with you.
Yeah, I just have sex with my girlfriend and be single.
Bust her back up and then just be like, I don't think it's working out, so I'm gonna move out now.
And then the demon's just like, damn it.
Well, see, the trick is that the first person you sleep with, you have to sleep with someone who gets around, too, because it's like a hierarchy thing, too, isn't it?
Yeah. So like,
like,
if say like you had it and you gave it to Dez and it killed Dez, it would just revert right back to you.
So you have to
So
get
basically,
with someone...
pick up a
You have to
hooker.
go fuck someone else.
Basically, pick up a hooker and just do that, and then just
And the next person.
You know,
she
the person
fucks.
that fucks a hooker fucks many hookers.
and then give all your friends the hooker's number and be like, yo, you should hit this chick up.
Yeah.
And then it would you just keep the curse at bay.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the question though. Let's say like you got to old age, right? And that hooker died. Would it eventually just come after you?
I don't know how.
That's a good way to put that. Actually, if the person
You
just
had
dies of natural causes.
Yeah, you have this great family and shit, and you're like, man, I'm having a great day, and you're cooking in the kitchen, and you're like, honey, I'll be out in a minute, and all of a sudden you're,
Didn't they kill it at the end?
No.
No.
No,
They
at
didn't kill
the
it at
final. I mean, I don't care if this is a spoiler because you haven't seen this movie by this point. It's your own fucking
from
fault.
2011.
When they're walking down the street at the end together, it's walking behind them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I feel like that's the best shot.
Like it would be
What a
hilarious
Babadook.
though. Like when the AIDS that I gave that hooker kills her, the curse comes back to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it doesn't succeed in its job.
Would that be its way of breaking that chain? And then the only way someone's gonna get it is if they end up at a necrophiliac mortician.
I don't know.
He's like, yo, this chick was a hooker and
Well,
I'm
most
a lonely man.
morticians are necrophiliacs, right?
huh?
Most morticians are necrophiliacs.
I would assume so.
I mean, I would actually disagree. My girlfriend's sister's actually a mortician. I don't believe she has sex with the corpses.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Or you don't know, rigor mortis sets in.
it could be.
You got Eric on the slab.
What would they do? They would have to cut that fucking thing off.
Yeah, right. They'd be like, close coffin.
We can't close it.
Can't close it.
We can't close it.
3/4 closed coffin. I don't know what movie I would want to be in that I would stand a good chance of surviving.
I'll tell you one thing though. There's no game that's good for you.
No game?
No.
Because in games, it's how games are set up. Usually, you're the solo person alive because everything's already ravished. That's the only way they can really make a game out of it. Is if
Yeah.
everyone around you is already dead and fucked.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
Resident Evil wouldn't work. You're obviously filled with zombies.
Outlast. I would never want to be
Outlast, you would
Yeah.
not want to
Fuck
be in
no.
that situation.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely
even Outlast 1, the
Dude will
dude
just rip your head off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
piggy, or even the demon, the
doctor
demon at
dude.
the end. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the doctor. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a bad one. The whistleblower shit, that's bad.
Yeah, the whistleblower is
Yeah.
awful.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably by far the worst. All of a sudden you're just getting turned into a doll
Yeah.
by some fucking crazy doctor.
Yeah, fuck
Condemned.
Yeah, Condemned, no.
Condemned to be
Like I
horrible.
said, Dead Space, no. Lost Planet,
Any
no.
game, no. We can go. Let's just rattle off games so you can say no. Outlast, Resident
No,
Evil,
no,
Silent Hill.
no,
Okay,
no.
we're good.
No.
Well, I mean, in Resident Evil though, you do kind of have a chance to survive.
Not really. Once the tyrant starts coming after you, it's just like, oh shit.
Okay,
Yeah, but I mean-
Nemesis, you got a chance against them? Do you have a chance against Nemesis?
All I gotta do is run.
All you gotta do is run until
Yeah,
what,
just
he's the
run.
size of a
How's your cardio,
city?
Eric? How's your cardio?
Gotta get out of the city. That's it.
Yeah, okay, try
Well,
getting out of that
because
city.
but,
Yeah.
I mean, but if you think about it though, because they always, at least in Resident Evil, there was always a side protagonist that they always had help with. So you'd always even though you're technically alone, you wouldn't be alone.
I'm just trying
it was
to hedge
always
my
it was always
bets.
in twos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had Chris and Claire. You had.
I ain't gotta outrun the tyrant. I just gotta outrun Aaron.
Yeah. Oh no, Claire. Sorry, Claire was Claire was the second one. I'm thinking.
That's the other thing too, man.
or was
Any
it Jill?
movie or
Jill.
game where I gotta
Jill was
run,
the first one, right?
I'm
I
fucked.
think
Yeah,
Jill
me
was the
too.
first one.
I
Yeah,
smoked.
Chris and Jill.
I can't.
It has nothing to do with smoking and everything to do with the fact that I'm just not in shape. Cardio is not my specialty.
Nah.
And that's it. Jason, they're like, well, he just walks. Yeah, well, if you don't remember, Jason 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, the best one, regardless of what anyone says.
Oh, when he punched that dude's head off.
the only dude to throw the fade with Jason.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But if you remember, in that one, the chick climbs the pole, and Jason's like, oh, you going up there? And all of a sudden, he's just like, sup, bitch, at the
Yeah.
top of the pole.
Yeah.
I
And
guess
Jason's also a Deadite, so now you're in the Evil Dead universe
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
And that's not a universe you want to be in.
No,
No.
I'm so good on that.
Yeah.
I'm
If you're not Ash Williams, you're not gonna survive.
Look, I can tell you
Yeah.
now, the second I start cutting my own hand off, I'm just gonna pass out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm beat there.
Yeah.
If I had to, realistically, I think the best one to be in because you actually stand a feasible chance would be in the It universe, because
all you gotta do is not.
all you gotta do is not be afraid of him.
Yeah.
If you're
No.
not afraid of him, he has no power over you. He can't do shit.
But he embodies your worst fears.
Well,
You're not working with that tool set. You got to think if you don't know what you know from the movies, obviously.
that's also true.
You're an
Well,
added
like in
participant.
The Walking Dead, it's a universe where zombies aren't a thing. There's
Yeah.
no zombie movies or anything.
No.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Pennywise, after a certain amount of times of being like, all right, I've run into this thing 9 times, it's starting to lose its luster a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it starting to lose its luster when it's like ripping a kid in half in front of you? Is
Well,
it really losing
yeah.
its luster? Really?
See, my fear is so irrational though. He would have
But
guess
see, he could feasibly do that fear. That door closing behind you and then there's nothing behind you thing.
Mm-hmm.
He can do that to you.
I guess, yeah, he could.
So, and he would know.
Yeah, no, right there and there, I'd be fucked up.
And he feeds off your worst fears.
Yeah.
Right there.
So
and
he
there,
already knows what your fear is.
Yeah.
or he could just have me like an eviction notice sent to my house, and I'd be like, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm homeless.
Yeah, I start seeing spiders and I'll be done.
Yeah.
I'll be done.
That's like his main form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like his main form.
I know. I'd
He
be
doesn't
done.
even have to try with you.
No.
He's just like, well, I'm not getting dressed today. I'm just
Yeah.
going to go out to errand.
Yeah.
I don't know. Silent Hill would be terrible because once you're there, you're already dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so technically you don't even survive.
Yeah, you
in
can't
a-
survive Silent Hill
just
because
die
if you're in
immediately.
Silent Hill, you're dead.
Yeah.
What, Paranormal Activity? That'd be an easier one.
Well,
They have a lot more people
Yeah,
that live
I
than
can
die.
deal with the chandelier swinging
Yeah.
every now and then.
Well, see,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Movie's
how far?
trash.
But here's the question though: how far do you know into Paranormal Activity?
I got as far as like the second one. They're like even scarier than the first. I was like, oh, so even fucking dumber than the first.
Yeah, they're all awful. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, then
But,
they
like,
got into the whole the ghost dimension and this person.
well,
can
it
speak.
gets to a point where like it's a fucking cult of fucking
Yeah, it's
people.
fucking stupid.
So I mean, like, and like the first movie, you definitely have a good chance of survival, but then eventually it just gets to like this giant cult of people, and I don't think you'd be able to get
so
out.
are we just talking then? If we live in that universe, we have to be in every single sequel, or just whatever movie we're saying?
I guess.
Well, I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
it's still technically the overarching
But
thing.
like people
Because
from
it's like-
first movies don't return in Paranormal
Well,
Activity.
but that's
the
like
second
saying
one.
like
Sorry.
like
Yeah, it's
Res-
because they all had fucking self-respect for their careers.
Well, I get that, but I'm saying
well,
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
1 and 6 is the same thing. 6 is right
I-
before 1 happens.
Trust me, I didn't make it to 6.
I watched-
didn't
make it to 2.
6.
I watched some guys making fun of it.
I watched 1, and then I watched 3 in theaters because I was going on some shitty date.
yeah.
I didn't even watch it. if
Yeah,
you know
I
what
fell
I'm
asleep.
saying.
I fell asleep. I think during 1 and 3.
I'm trying to think.
I was way too fucked up to watch any of them.
I didn't watch all of them.
I chose not to because again they were trash movies.
I
No.
feel
Yeah.
like
Oh my god, look, all the cabinets are open. Like, cool, they didn't do that in The Sixth Sense
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe the Saw sequels you could get away with it too, because usually the main character in the Saw sequels don't end up dying in their perspective sequel,
Yeah.
That's true.
because it's just like after the first one, after it was like self body harm, and the second
Yeah.
one, it was like person go from room to room and choose whether this guy lives or dies,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think you can make it
Yeah.
in like those.
You know
Yeah.
what? I had the perfect universe where I'd live.
What?
Where
The Purge. I feel like I'd have the best
I don't
chance.
think so.
That's
I'd
not
have
a
the best
horror
chance
movie,
of
though. I
survival.
don't view that as horror.
Well, I think
It's still technically
it's horror.
it's a
themed.
horror.
I'm not going to
yeah.
debate whether or not it's a horror movie. I don't think it's a good horror movie.
I don't think it's a
But,
good horror movie
It had
either.
a lot of promise.
Had a lot of promise,
The
but-
first
yeah.
one was marketed as something else. Yeah,
This-
well, not necessarily. I feel like the first one they kind of made you think that they would be outside a lot more, and then when people were like, "We're pissed," they were like, "Well, let's make the second one where you're out more," and everyone was like, "No, we don't care anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no one fucking cares. Then they're like, "We should make a TV show
Yeah. I did like the second one. I think it was. I did actually
where
like
they
that.
actually went outside."
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
guy was looking for the guy that ran over his
Yeah.
kid. Like I thought that was actually good. Like I thought the plot was actually good. Like
Yeah,
It's
Right.
what people wanted to
The
see.
premise is good, but it's just turning into like a, "Hey, look how woke the idea of this series is." Like now it's
Yeah.
just getting
Yeah.
annoying.
yeah.
It could be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the second, like I said, the second one got me with the guy just wanting to kill the guy who ran over his son.
Yeah.
And he killed him. Like I thought, like I said, like I thought it was a good plot. Like
No,
you know
it's,
what I
it's
mean?
believable, but
Yeah.
they kind of shit the bed with the first. I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess if you're like, the movie sucks. The movie's fucking got millions of fans that love it, and that's why they were able to make 3 of them,
Yeah.
a TV series, and another one is coming out.
No. But well, I mean, so
got
would you
another one.
technically consider I would consider it still kind of
I would consider it horror themed.
Horror action.
Yeah.
Action horror.
But it definitely has horror element in it.
I feel like I'd have the best chance of survival in the Purge.
I-
One day a year, I just had to hunker down and just make
Yeah,
sure,
but
like,
you-
because no matter
Well,
what,
I
you're
mean-
an active role in the Purge.
I mean, you could say that now, but the guy that made the hunker down thing you're looking for couldn't even hunker down one day out of the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So
you think like you and like your apartment would be able to do, and this dude
you're gonna
had,
throw
like,
a dresser in front of the door?
like like $2 million in
That's
like
kinda
barricades to let him out. You know.
Well,
That'll
I mean,
stop me,
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And like
Me.
the problem with the Purge too is it's not even like you're good to people all year and you're fine, because people are just killing whoever.
Yeah.
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 So like it's not like because you're pretty friendly with pretty much everybody, and
you don't shut up. That's probably why someone would kill you. Be like, yo, this guy kept me in line at Walmart for 3 hours, and I'm gonna fucking kill him. Aaron would be the biggest target in South Jersey.
Oh
Yeah, I mean,
shit.
well, I mean,
Aaron's talking to someone at the line. He's like, Mike, dude, the purge starts in 4. You know that, right? You know that? Okay, where are you gonna be? Okay,
but I mean,
with my buddy.
it would be easier because we're on the second floor, so like you know what I mean. They'd have to come up. I have the advantage.
You have the
Kevin
higher ground.
McAllister.
I have the higher ground.
Are you playing
yeah.
higher
I'm
ground
playing
in
higher
a
ground right
You
now.
got Kevin
society-
McAllister with the
Yeah.
paint cans.
in a society where like they could just be like, well, I also have guns,
Yeah.
so you know.
Literally all crime is legal.
Not
so
to mention,
they can
you now
steal
have, like,
a fucking
tactical
truck and
teams.
just drive it through our door.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see your sentiment there. I mean, the entity is just people,
Yeah,
but
And
you gotta survive it every year. So that I think that takes your chances way
How
down.
do you think you would
Yeah,
do in The
but-
Strangers?
horrible.
I would do horrible in the Strangers.
Horrible, because I fell asleep during that movie because it was awful.
It's so good.
It's so
You have
awful.
such terrible taste in just. I'm not even gonna say. You have such terrible taste in things.
I love the
In
Strangers.
things.
I like the first
Yeah.
Strangers.
The second Strangers was absolute trash. It wasn't even the same
I
as the
know.
first
It
one.
was a
First one was
slasher
awful.
film.
The first one was awful. Are you kidding me? Like, look, it
Really
what is
opens
like,
with a
if
slasher.
The lighting was just wrong. The lighting.
It's literally
Oh,
just
okay.
it literally started with a slasher theme, and we were in the theater. Me and him were in the theater together. I was like, "This is gonna be a slasher."
Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
It
when
was.
put it this way: if you're an active role in The Strangers, right, and you can't hear someone walk behind you while you're in the fucking kitchen, like, you're fucking done. Like, you're fucking dead. Like, there's no surviving The Strangers. You don't remember The Strangers? She was in the
I
kitchen.
remember
yeah.
the strangers.
Like,
yeah.
how do you not hear someone walk?
Maybe
love
they
that
were
movie.
walking silently.
Yeah,
They were
light
being
stepping.
very careful not
You don't
to
have
make
to, like,
noises.
That motherfucker.
It's not
They're
Anthony
gonna-
sneaking
They're
around
not
your house.
walking like.
I have really light steps actually.
Yeah.
That guy was so huge. There's like no way.
And then Dennis got capped in the head.
I know. Always sunny. Always sunny. I didn't even know that was him until like I watched it later on. I watched it before we watched the second one again because I didn't watch it ever since the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, "That's Dennis. That's
Yeah.
Dennis."
But I mean,
Holy
they
shit. Glenn Howerton just
they-
got shot in the face.
if you think about it, though, I mean, they lost. Like, there was like no chance of survival
Well, no.
in The Strangers. Like, no one fucking lived
I
through
mean,
that.
it's really hard because like in most horror movies, you're not going to survive. You're
A
not.
lot of them,
No.
there's at least one.
You're not.
One
Well, there's
soul survivor. There's
usually
a chance.
one. Yeah, I mean, but I'm not a woman, and I'm not a virgin. You're not a woman. You're not a virgin.
Yeah.
You're not a woman. You're not a virgin.
I'm a woman, but
You're
I'm
a
not
woman.
virgin.
You're not a virgin, but you have more of a chance than the three of us at this table.
yeah, the final girl thing kind
The
of
final
weighs
girl
out
thing.
in your favor.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hee
Yeah, lucky you.
Haha.
You get to live to the second one and get killed off.
Yeah, you get killed
I'll
off
be the
in
first one to
spot.
die in the second
Unless
movie.
you're fucking Ripley, like,
Yeah.
and then you kill
Or
yourself in
Sidney
the third
Prescott.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be an awful universe. to
I
live
would
in.
never
What,
even
Alien?
think
Alien.
about going
Oh, it'd be
into
terrible.
Alien.
There's
Yeah.
no way you
The
could
second you're like, yo, we gotta go to space. I'm like, no,
No.
you
You
gotta go.
gotta
I ain't
go.
going
Yeah.
fucking nowhere.
Like,
Hell no.
like Alien.
Space, no
The
one can hear
Alien
you
universe
scream.
is the equivalent of living in Doom.
Dude, if they were to be
Like,
like, yo, we're gonna
fuck
train
Doom,
you
by the way.
to go to
Doom, you would be
space,
dead
even if I
before
could
it
take
even
the fucking
started.
G-force test, I'll just pass out just a pet. Like, I ain't going.
No,
No, I can't. I wouldn't.
no, that'd be art. Oh, I know what universe you would just live in just to hang out with Kurt Russell. Fucking
Oh, okay.
The Thing.
No, the thing.
Hell no. You know how cold it is there?
Yeah,
Bro, I love the cold though.
yeah.
I'm a cold guy.
That's not look. That's not South Jersey button up and fucking be warm cold. That's fucking you're gonna die without 9 layers cold.
Yeah.
I just
That's
want to
like-
hang out with Kurt Russell. Damn it! I don't care if I die.
It's like as soon as you step outside, your nose hair is freezing.
Man, if
cold.
as soon as you step out to the room that leads outside, you're
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
fucking die.
Yeah.
That would be a horrifying universe. to live
that
in.
that would be one of the worst ones because that's
Yeah.
also you don't know where it's
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah, and you're isolated.
And you're in
there's
the middle of
there-
nowhere.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd be one
No
of the
one's
first
coming
ones
to
to
help
probably
you.
go.
Yeah,
I'd be that dude that's looking over the dogs in the beginning. Like,
yeah, yeah.
You know, just fucking. I would just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Thing you can't make it past. You can't
No.
make it past
Nah,
the
there's
thing
no way.
because there's no escape.
No, because even at the end, he like the final line. Want a drink?
Yeah.
Like he knew it. Like it was. It's
Oh.
between them two. And
I
it's
definitely
like,
believe that Childs was the Thing though. I mean,
Yeah.
the drink he handed him was definitely Molotov.
Yeah.
The dude, and he just drank it because he saw other people drinking, so it's like he's trying to assimilate. And the whole thing, you could see Kurt Russell's breath the whole time, but you couldn't see Childs' breath because he wasn't breathing.
Yeah.
And I just rewatched it like very recently,
Yeah.
like a month ago.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was really like, because like I already knew that, But like I was really just trying to see if I could see his breath because this is like a Blu-ray copy of it too, and you cannot see Childs' breath. I 100% believe that he was
A little
the thing.
subtle fucking. Well, you know, it'd be a
Probably.
fun universe to live in. You might be able to make it out. Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Oh well, see, it's more of a comedy, so
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
not horror.
But still, like 90% of the population gets wiped out.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
And like
Yeah.
what you got? Just from the jump, you have a 10%
Dude,
chance
trying to get
of
out of
living.
this apartment complex would be the worst.
Yeah.
I'll just hunker down.
It's
I go
hunker
I go-
down.
I go-
He's just the
I
hunker down guy.
go to Harper's, have a pint, and just wait for it all to blow over.
You know which
Harper's
one?
is probably the worst place to go.
You know which one I think is almost a lock for you to get out? And it's only because in the universe, it happens so frequently. If you're in Cabin in the Woods and you're in the Japanese area, they like almost never fail their challenge.
Yeah.
They have the most people get away of
Yeah.
all of them. Remember, he's like, "Fuck you" to the kids when they expel that demon or whatever. But yeah, like so, like I think maybe that if you're in a certain area of Cabin in the Woods, like if you're in the U.S. junction of it,
Yeah.
you have a high probability of living because
Probably.
that's how they sort of set it up in their universe.
I feel like I know what you did last summer would be an easy one to survive.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't be a bitch ass teenager. Like,
No.
just fucking fight him. Just why he's a dude. Just fucking fight him.
Or Scream.
Well,
I was
that's
just gonna say
2v1.
Scream.
That's 2v1.
That's 2v1.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's 2v1 of your closest friends when they know you're going to be vulnerable
Yeah.
it's true.
too. That's a tough one.
So no hunkering down for you.
Yeah.
Nah, I was
Yeah, you
just
can't
saying,
hunker down because Billy
we'll
and
know where
fucking
the fuck
Stu
you
are
are.
there.
No, I was just saying. I'm saying with the
Stu.
purge, you have a high chance to survive. I mean, you'll probably eventually get fucking killed. I mean, with like, you know what I mean? Like the older
But I
you
guess
get.
okay, if you're saying just one movie, so one movie's just 1 year of the purge, one day.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably have a good probability, but in that universe,
In that universe, I'm talking
You-
about
you're
surviving
done.
the universe. Yeah, like, because the purge isn't just like, even though the purge is the movie's just that one day. Like, if you're living
got
in the
80
universe
years
of the
of
Purge-
it.
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like if I was in the Purge universe, I would just
I mean,
do crime.
how
I would
would you-
be in the
yeah.
crowd killing people.
How would you make it? How
I'd
would
get
you
away
make
with
it in like as a child? Is the thing
I don't know.
in
I
that
don't
universe?
know.
How do children make it?
well, because if you think, it depends on when you were born.
Like, because there's no rules, so it's not like it's like everything under 5 is off limits,
Yeah.
guys.
No, it's literally all crime.
Yeah.
So.
What are they gonna do?
Well, I'm saying it depends on when you were born. If you were born during the time before the purge started, or when it started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be your chance to survive. So
I
like, the younger you are, like the shittier chance you have.
Hell,
to
I
live.
feel like having
Yeah.
kids would put a target on your back too. Because what if your kid bullies this guy's kid and then the purge comes? He's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. I'm just wiping out the whole family
Yeah,
now.
my kid would be outside. I'd be like, take him. I was like,
Take
sorry, my kid's an asshole.
Take him.
Why? I would just kill my kid.
How noble of a father
Just
you
kill
are.
your
Let's
own
just
kid.
start
Yeah.
over real
Let's
quick.
just start
Kill your
over.
own
Yeah.
kid. Fill up the bathtub.
Yeah. Put a
That's
toaster.
it.
I just fill up the bathtub and don't teach him how to swim.
That's
Oh,
it.
you know, here's one, but I don't know. I don't know.
Why
If,
is that dad trying to teach his kid how to swim during the...
You know what? I would be absolutely terrified to live in. 1408.
Yeah, dude.
You're already dead too.
Yeah.
1408.
It's too late for you then. You don't survive. You're already dead too.
No.
That's not true. He survived.
He didn't survive.
Yeah, he did. Remember at the end of
he was dead, wasn't he?
No,
No,
he
he
went
was-
back to his wife and played the recording of
It all
his kid.
depends. They changed
I
the
forget that movie,
the
yeah.
ending.
Mothman would be a shitty one to be
They
in.
changed
The
the ending to
Fly.
1408.
I love
As long
The
as you-
Fly.
Yeah.
The Fly would be a rough
Yeah.
one.
I love that movie
Yeah.
so much.
You could be the Fly too and be fine, and just
Yeah.
as long as you're not the
Yeah.
kid.
What about the ooze?
Oh, the ooze,
Or
The
whatever
blob
the
or
fuck,
the
blob,
stuff?
the
Which
blob.
one?
The
The blob or the stuff?
the blob.
The blob. That one would suck because you go to grab a titty and it's just deflated. And next thing you know, you're being fucking.
Your hands melting.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
hands melting off.
Inside
Yeah.
of a fucking blubberous mass.
Nah.
That'd be terrifying.
Oh my god,
What
excuse
Always
me.
about
on point,
critters?
I
Always
know.
on point with
Oh,
it.
you know what? You know what one
Can't help it.
I would live in? Gremlins.
I would live in American Psycho.
You would live in American Psycho?
You'd be dead. You'd
Well,
be like.
it depends on how you read that
I just
movie.
would fuck
Yeah.
Christian Bale and then die. I mean,
Oh,
I don't have to
I mean,
survive.
so that's how you want to go out.
Yeah. Well, really, you probably wouldn't fuck Christian Bale. Christian Bale would just be like, "Yeah, eat her ass,"
Yeah,
and
and
then
then,
kill you.
yeah.
That's okay.
Oh
You
shit!
wouldn't even get a
One
little
that I
taste
think
of
I don't
Christian
know which
Bale.
one I think I could survive. Honestly,
I think American Psycho is the one that you could possibly survive though, because that's just one killer.
Yeah.
So it's just as long as you weren't so self-absorbed with your own like status and see that this dude's trying to kill you for like 1 second, at least you have some sort of fighting chance.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just
True.
a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the same. Like I said, like same thing with Norman Bates. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
If
I
it's
feel like
one
Norman
person,
Bates is
you're
more of a
alright.
surprise. Like when he killed Paul Allen, or who he thought was Paul Allen, you know, depending on how you read that one again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was being pretty obvious he was going to try to kill him. Dude was wearing like a splatterproof jacket.
Yeah, but he was
Yeah.
all fucking drunk and shit.
He had an
Yeah.
axe in his hand. Like
That's true.
he wasn't really hiding what he was going to do.
No. No.
Yeah,
was
all
so
he had
good.
to do was turn around and be like,
I love that
"Oh."
movie. That book is so good too. I just finished it. That book is amazing.
I've never read the book.
Yeah.
It's a lot more graphic.
Yeah.
A lot more
I
graphic.
bet. The
Oh
books
my
are always better
God.
than the movies.
But it's just reading that book is crazy too, because it's all like he doesn't, because you never know who he's talking to. When someone walks up, he literally, it's like a 2-paragraph thing of describing what he's wearing,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
how he sees everybody, and like that could be annoying to some people, but like I like that because
Well,
it
that
like,
just shows you what he's a
it-
narcissist.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just shows you all he cares about.
First thing he does in the movie. Well, I didn't read the book, but the first thing he does in the movie, he doesn't even tell you his name. He tells you where he lives,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
nice his apartment is.
Movie's
all
so
that
good,
shit.
though.
It was a
Yeah.
great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Give me a cat.
Yeah, I mean, I could see surviving American Psycho.
I feel like you have a high chance
If you're
because
smart enough,
If
yes.
you're if you're
Because there-
intelligent enough to catch on to what he's
I
doing.
mean, there's a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple people in his wrath that survived. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
like, and that's
Like that one hooker, right?
Yeah, that's just like people that, he
Or,
was going to kill.
Oh, it
Just
wasn't the hooker, it was the secretary.
secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one he had the nail gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's no way you're surviving Nightmare on Elm Street. There's
No.
no way. You have to go to sleep.
I don't think there's any way you survive any slasher, honestly,
No.
because they're usually set up to a point where you die.
If you're an expendable character, yeah, but like Nightmare on Elm Street, number one, like I said before, you would have to be one of the people whose parents killed him. But like, you could be asleep and not even know. You could think you're
Yeah.
doing good, and next, like Johnny Depp,
No,
he didn't
Yeah.
realize he fell asleep.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you could be good. You could be dreaming for like 3 years and being like having the greatest life, and then he's like, "Yeah, I've been waiting for this moment."
Yeah,
And just like, that's it. Just slits your throat right then
Yeah.
Those
and
movies got so ridiculous as they went on. Though,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Dream Warriors, everyone's like, "This is the best one." Like, I don't think so.
there. What about Child's Play?
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't think you make it, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't think you.
Well, I
make
mean-
Why? Why not?
it. Because it depends on
It's a doll.
when you would die in the movie. I guess, like, because the.
But that's the thing. He's the body of a doll, but he has the strength of a
Yes,
man.
I know that.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
here's the other thing too. It's about where are you in the movie? Because like
That's true.
the first couple kills, they never see it really coming.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying
'Cause
so like
you don't expect
you
the
just
fucking
think it's a
doll to
fucking
kill you.
doll. I don't think you make it because you just assume it's a doll,
True.
Yeah.
and then it kills you. Like in those movies when you watch them, you're like, he's the thing, whatever. You know, he's the bad guy. But like
I don't know.
Uh,
I
obviously
feel like
you
if I
don't
saw
know
a
that.
doll walking towards me with a knife, I would just fucking punt it.
But see, I don't think he
across
would
the
see
room.
that. I think
Yeah.
he would be on a shelf, and then he would just jump on you while you're sitting, doing
Yeah.
whatever.
See, that's why I don't trust toys.
That's why I got a fucking shit ton of them all
That's
over
why I
the
don't
place.
hang out out
but
here.
they're all.
I hang out in the bedroom.
That's why I don't trust any of the hundreds of toys we have in this
Yeah.
room.
I was gonna say
That's all Aaron.
most of them. I was
Yeah,
saying
those
most
are
of
all
them are
his.
heroes, and I was like, wait, never mind. I was like, there's some villains around here.
There's quite a few villains.
Yeah, get killed
I'd
by Oogie
Is,
Boogie.
is Ghostbusters considered horror?
Nah, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Comedy.
It's got horror. It has paranormal elements though.
No,
It
Yeah,
has
but-
jump scares in it.
no,
Is
see,
Scary Movie a horror movie?
It's a spoof on horror movies. Yes.
It's a spoof. It's a
no.
comedy.
I don't think.
Okay.
You know what?
What's
Be
the fine
most-
line then? Evil Dead 2 is not really scary. I
No.
consider that a horror movie.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, because do you know how
That's
fucked
true.
Ghostbusters would be though? You open up your fridge and you're like, there was only Zool.
Yeah,
and then
you
you
know,
just close
like-
it.
You
You're
know,
just
like no one actually
Well,
died
they
in
not
that
even
movie.
there.
yeah.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing: like no one actually died in that movie.
Yeah.
Well, as far as you know,
Well, if you're one of the main people, none of the main people.
none of the
died in that movie.
Ghostbusters. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like none of them died.
that's true.
But I think Ghostbusters is just a stretch either way on the
No.
horror, so we're gonna not count that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alien, fuck no.
Alien, fuck no. Predator, fuck no.
Absolutely
Fuck no.
not.
No.
I don't stand a chance.
No one
I will
stands
stand a chance against the third to last greatest hunter in the fucking galaxy. Like, you could be bottom of the barrel. Like I'm just like, nah, you're good.
The worst predator out there.
Yeah.
And it's like, send him in.
This one statistically kills itself more than it kills other people. I'd be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to fall into that statistic.
Yeah. What about the Courage the Cowardly Dog? Would you consider that a horror universe?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
It
Yeah,
scared
well,
me as a kid.
people survive that.
Yeah.
That's a horrible world to live in, though.
It is.
That's a horrible world to live in, man.
It really is.
You have to rely on a dog, and let's face it, I wouldn't rely on JoJo to save me.
No.
Or Jolene, either one of them.
Jolene, let me look at her. That ain't happening.
She would run away from
Yeah.
people.
Oh, man, I just thought of one too. I thought of a good one. I can't think of it now.
What?
What?
Plot,
I don't remember.
plot. You can't think of plot. Something that jogged your memory.
No,
Was
Would
it
you
Courage?
want to live in Door 1?
no one lived. No one lived.
Yes,
In
you're
door
definitely
one.
not surviving that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun.
It would be funny.
It would be funny, but that's like being in Troll 2.
They're eating me. Now they're gonna. They're eating her. Now they're gonna eat me.
They have to turn us into plants before they can eat
Oh my
us.
god.
Oh, here's one. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. You just
Yeah.
have to not kill yourself.
Yeah.
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 True.
You just have to not
That
kill
movie
yourself.
was phenomenal.
Could you imagine living in the Final Destination? Like, could you imagine like
Fuck
an
no.
eternity of driving behind a log truck?
No.
No. I think about that shit now.
Yeah.
But someone put
All
up,
the
they were like, which Final Destination had more of an impact? The first one or the log one? I was like, people still fly every day.
All of
Nobody
them.
fucking drives behind log trucks.
No.
No.
Nobody.
Nope.
No. Or,
You see a log truck and you'll pull over to the shoulder
Yeah.
and be like, let him go.
Or roller coasters, because no matter what, it's still in the back. Every time you get on a roller coaster, it's in the back of your mind, a Final Destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even though like it never stopped you per se for going on roller
Well,
coasters.
just wooden roller coasters.
Just
'Cause
that
wasn't it a
thought.
wooden roller coaster?
I went on the fight. You got me drunk, and
No,
I went on
in
the
the movie,
one
Final
in
Destination.
Clemson Park.
Was it?
I think it was a wooden
No, I
roller
thought it was one of
coaster.
those powered
No, I
ones.
thought it was
That's
one of
how-
the
one of those
I
metal.
don't remember.
It was,
track
it was,
I
because
haven't
it
watched
went
it
off
in
the
so
tracks
long.
or whatever.
Yeah, I know they went off the tracks.
Yeah, it was one of the metal ones.
I
Was
think it was
it?
one of the metal ones.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Though, realistically, though, not even like which one you could survive. What do you think would be the worst one to live in?
The worst one to be a part of?
The second one, maybe?
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser?
It would be a pretty
Oh,
bad one.
just movies.
Yeah, like what movie universe do you think would be the
I think
absolute worst to live
That
in?
would be
Yeah.
probably a really
House
bad
of
one.
Thousand Corpses.
That's an eternity of
Yeah.
Probably
torture and
just
hell.
Torture and...
Yeah, but the thing is they you
Yeah, it's debatable.
eventually you find pleasure in it.
That's good. I want to feel. I
Well,
want to be tortured for millions of years
well,
until I find pleasure.
well, no, here's the-
Just as I was about to scream, I came.
Well, no. Here's the thing, though. You could in Hellraiser. There's a possibility of you becoming one of them,
Very small one.
but very small. But there's a chance. So, there's a small,
guess.
there's a tiny
So you're
chance
willing
of
for
you-
that like 1/1000th of a percentage that you might become like
You know
the
what?
Chatterer
Yeah,
to be ripped limb from limb by fucking hooks from nowhere.
yeah. Because you know where I'd rather not live. What the fuck's
Well,
that
I got
movie
a
where they're in
worse
the
one,
desert?
actually.
The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
Just fucking.
I would
Jesus,
hate that.
That would suck.
That was
dude.
such a good movie.
What about The
That was.
Descent?
just to get fucking
The
drug
Seven.
across.
That would be rough.
I would die immediately.
That
I would kill
movie-
myself.
Straight up,
As soon as
that
we got
movie-
stuck in the cave, I would kill
Yeah.
myself.
I am not a Yes, I am. I'm a claustrophobic person, and that movie, watching that movie, I was like,
I had
It
panic
makes you
attacks
feel
watching
tight.
that movie.
It makes
you
yeah.
feel
so uncomfortable. That would be
Yeah.
a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a good one.
Especially the
Well, here's
ending
good.
before you go. Especially the ending where she gets out and she wakes up and
Yeah.
she's still in the cave. Like,
Yep. Mhm.
that would fuck me up. Hello, and that's the other thing. 47 meters down. It's been fucking done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a bad one for me. And you know, I'm going to stray away from movies, and this is like one of my favorite games of all time. Dead Space Universe would be terrible to live in. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
as bad as Alien, but with the added benefit of you also go fucking insane.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
also go fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a whole mental thing. You got the dementia thing playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see your dead girlfriend attack you, and then next thing you know, you're trying to stab your own eye out with a fucking needle.
Yeah.
Fuck no. While all these creatures are trying to kill you.
Or teleporting
fuck
out of the walls.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when I
Isaac
played
Clarke was
that?
a
Remember when I
monster.
streamed Boogeyman? I wouldn't
Yeah.
want to live in that world.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit would
Just
suck.
every night, Boogeyman's just getting faster and faster.
But imagine it's just like you gotta fix this. The battery needs charged, and you just hear in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then nothing comes, and then something drops on you. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Are you
that.
talking about Boogeyman or Dead Space?
I'm talking about Dead Space,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Because Boogeyman was the same thing.
I know.
Yeah. And you know what?
Did you guys watch when I streamed that?
No.
Oh my god, it's literally okay. So you're literally a 6-year-old girl. You're just confined to your bed, and you're in your bedroom, and the boogeyman's trying to get in the room.
I did watch you do some of that.
And all you have is flashlight.
Yeah.
You got to hit him with the flashlight.
It's sort of like
Because I thought
Five
it looked
Nights
like
at
Five
Freddy's.
Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, pretty much.
The one where you're trapped
watching
in
the
the bedroom.
cameras
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
It's sort of like that, yeah.
Yeah, but your cameras, yeah, your flashlight can die, and you got to charge it. And while it's charging, he could still try to get
Yeah.
in. So I'll like charge it, and I'll hear the vent open. And I'm like, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah.
That game was intense.
Let's see, what's another bad one? Well, there's a lot of bad
There's a lot
ones.
of bad
Yeah.
ones to live
I think
in.
Nightmare on Elm Street would realistically be the worst one to live in because
Who
you
doesn't
have
like
to sleep. You have to sleep.
Yeah.
And in the process of trying not to sleep, you're
You
gonna go
die.
completely fucking crazy.
Or
Or you'll just
you'll
die.
die.
Or being
Yeah.
the target of the Invisible Man.
Mm.
Being the target of the Invisible Man would suck.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their remake it actually looks pretty decent too.
I thought they were making the Invisible Woman.
No, it's a man.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think one of my biggest fears would definitely also be like the alien universe because you're stranded. Number one, you're stranded in space,
What is
and
it? Alien?
alien because the problem is the fact that they multiply and they multiply so fast,
Well, that's
and
why-
they get smarter
Well,
and
that's
they
why I
learn.
think Dead Space is worse because it's basically the same thing as Alien. Everyone becomes one,
Yeah,
except you also have dementia on top of that.
yeah.
But
Yeah, that's
Alien,
gotta
when
be
you die in
fucked.
Alien, it's a lot like they rip you apart in Dead Space. But in Alien, like I would not want to have a chest burster at me.
Yeah.
I would not want to have a
Or
face
they,
hugger
or
on
they
me.
or they spit acid on you.
I would not want to, be melting because of their blood.
Yeah.
Like
Everything
I managed
about
to
the
hurt one.
situation. So like, even when you come out on top, there's still a chance.
Like
that
when
you're
you
gonna
manage
die.
to
Yeah.
hurt one and you still die because it accidentally bled on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
That
Yeah.
game I played too, Perception, where you're blind. in a
Yeah,
haunted
I was
house.
actually going to
Yeah.
mention that one.
That would really.
Because
Yeah, because
blind in that
if you
universe.
think about it,
And that's my worst fear is being
Yeah.
blind. So
the
I would
fuck
rather
the
be
fucked
fucked.
up thing about Dead Space is even if you go to Dead Space like 3 and shit, because of our trade,
We would be the ones
we would be
that- 'cause we're construction workers.
Yeah. We would technically be Isaac Carver,
Yeah.
like
Well,
in
he's
that
an
situation.
engineer, right?
He was, yeah.
Yeah,
but like,
they were just sent there to fix a ship, the
Yeah.
USS Ishimura.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, yeah, we would be the Isaac Clarke in that situation because
Yeah.
we would be the ones sent there to fix some shit.
Yeah. We're like me and Anthony are like, man, when's fucking break coming?
And then like,
Everyone's
and, you know, they had
oh,
like that
fuck.
whole religion, unitology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like they wanted to become. So then there's people that knowingly trying to become these fucking necromorphs.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck Silent Hill.
What about Bioshock?
Bioshock would be rough to be in.
Well,
I was
Bioshock,
thinking that one too.
Bioshock, you're technically dead, and you've died over
Well,
hundreds of thousands of times.
You're going over the lore of it, but I'm saying if you were just
In the universe.
in universe, just person in universe.
I would live in the Bioshock universe because it's cool to get those fucking powers. Get all fucking spliced and juiced up. That
Yeah.
shit would be awesome. I think that should be cool. Like, they shoot fucking fire out of your fucking hands and shit like that.
Dude, that should be fucking rough too. That should be so rough.
You know who would be most afraid of you in that universe? Nicolas Cage. Because
Really?
the bees. Send the bees after him.
Bees.
You can do it, Nikki.
That would be a
Cover
rough one to be in
Winkler
though.
and bees.
That'd be a rough one. The Witcher. I mean, The Witcher.
I would like to be in the game
the
to
Witcher,
hunt.
the Wicker Man.
Ooh, yeah.
The
That'd be
Wicker
wrong.
Man. Yeah.
That'd be a
Hunt
rough one.
Showdown.
No.
Hunt
game.
Showdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see that you're not your only enemy. Not only is your enemy the monsters, is other hunters.
Yeah,
But see, the thing.
that'd be dope.
The thing with that
Yeah,
is
like,
though,
all of a sudden your partner's just like, I
You
want
would
this money,
also-
so I'm gonna shoot you in the back.
you would also be like a professional hunter though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
In
saying.
this universe, so
Yeah.
at least you have like some sort of fighting chance.
Yeah,
I mean,
so that's why like I wouldn't mind so much being in Hunt. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because realistically, you don't have to fight the monsters.
Yeah,
You could just kill the bounty hunters when they're coming out and take the prize.
Yeah.
that's true.
and it's a profession. So
And it's a profession. So that's
Yeah.
probably the one I want to live in. I want to live in the Hunt universe.
Yeah, I could see.
I
that.
miss that game.
that game was good.
That game was so much fun.
We can play it sometime.
Yeah, we
that,
can.
that was a
I
good
gotta
They
game.
actually have 3-person teams
Yeah,
now
3-person
too.
teams.
Yeah.
I heard
Do they?
about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they have 3-person teams now.
I heard they were
Yeah.
doing it.
I heard it's good.
That game is going to be so fucking updated now. We're going to be playing with people that have been playing for like thousands of hours.
I
You
know.
just get shit on.
Yeah.
I was getting pretty good at that game too. I had a lot of solo hunts.
I was never good at that game.
I had a lot of
I was
solo
never
hunts
any good.
that came out. I actually had a solo hunt where I killed 2 of the monsters, got the bounty, and killed 3 bounty hunters before I escaped.
Oh wow.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a good fucking round.
It was
I
a good
like-
hunt.
It was a good
It's
hunt.
good hunting.
Yeah.
Man, fucking cannibal. Well, you're wearing the shirt.
Cannibal Holocaust would be terrible living.
That would
Yeah.
suck.
Any cannibal.
Just being in the jungle would suck.
Even even the Green Inferno, which I did not like the movie.
Yeah,
but
I was
that,
just
that
about to
was-
say that
Green
too.
Inferno was
but
awful.
that would be a rough universe to be in still.
Absolutely.
That'd be a rough situation. You still
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Any cannibal universe would be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially a foreign cannibal universe where you
Um,
don't understand anything.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alien. Yeah, like I said, Alien would be. Cause the other
any
thing, the other thing
iteration
about
of
Alien,
Resident
though,
Evil would suck.
is fucking.
Yeah.
You have to worry about the androids too. Imagine one of them just picking you up and crushing your
Oh,
fucking
I mean,
throat.
that's like one of my biggest fears.
Yeah.
One of my
Yeah,
biggest
we've
fears.
talked about
Yeah.
that.
Well, you know what's funny? I meant to send you the meme where a robot was walking and it got hit by a self-driving Tesla.
Oh, my
And it
God.
was like this whole time we were worried about the war on humans, but what if they fought themselves? Like, you know what I mean? There was a war between robots.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Oh, do you know what would be fucking horrible? I Am Legend.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's
really rough.
I'd still technically consider that a horror universe.
It's a horror universe.
One man living on a planet,
It's like a-
everyone turned into these creatures.
It's like vampire-esque creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, 30 Days a Night.
30 Days a Night would be terrible
Yeah,
to
screw
live.
Yeah.
that shit.
yeah, it would.
That best decapitation scene ever.
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 Yeah.
So fucking good.
I think that's my favorite vampire movie, honestly.
30 Days a Night. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
That's a great
Don't get me
movie.
wrong, I love like Interview with the Vampire,
No, I think that would be my favorite
Yeah.
vampire movie.
30 Days a Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just so good.
It was
Well,
so good.
You know what? Because you didn't. I don't know if you watched. I watched a little bit with Anthony. It's on Netflix. Dracula.
That was really good.
Oh,
I heard
yeah,
that was really
It was
good.
phenomenal. The
I
guy,
still
the
gotta
guy
finish
that the
it.
guy that
It was
plays
amazing.
Dracula is
It's a
so
one-off,
good
right?
as Dracula.
I
Like
think
like
so.
he sells that smart, intelligent.
He's a really good Dracula.
Oh, yeah.
From what I saw 2/3
Aristocrat.
Yeah, like vicious, but like vicious at the same
of it.
time.
Vicious and
like,
suave.
Yeah, like he was so good. Like he sold you as Dracula so quick. Like there was no like
As soon as you see him,
yeah.
you're
Yeah,
like,
like-
oh shit.
Yeah, he was just so fucking good. I think any Dracula universe I wouldn't want to live in, to be honest. I mean, like, yeah,
if
you
you're
have,
playing a major role in that, that means you're getting fucking clipped off.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
yeah.
Another good. Cool. Another good
Words.
vampire movie was Vampires. John Carpenter's Vampires.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
At one part,
Salem Lot.
that was a good one. At one point in Vampires, like this dude, they're like, it's a world where vampires exist, and there's vampire hunters, and they have nests and head vampires and shit. Where they come across like the vampire, like
Yeah.
like the main
Like the
one.
alpha.
Yeah, and like at one point, the vampire finds the vampire hunters, and they're having this like big ass party, in like a hotel. They're having like a huge hotel party, and the guy he knocks on the door, and one of the dudes opens the door. Actually, the dude from 30 Days a Night.
Yeah.
That's like I kill anything.
Yeah.
I can kill anything. He opens the door. He's like, yeah. And the vampire just goes like this and rips him in half like
Oh my
that,
God.
and just
That's
folds him.
brutal.
Oh, it was
I mean,
awesome.
I mean, we were just talking about this movie, but like Slither would be terrible to live in.
Yeah.
That would be
Yes.
god awful to live
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
I would kill myself.
Imagine being impregnated.
I don't
or,
like little
Yeah.
slimy.
or
fucking
just
things.
those things getting you.
Yeah.
Or being like a zombie.
Yeah.
Or a hive mind controlled
Fuck
entity. The things that they make them so hungry that they just
Yeah.
bloat up and boil up.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Oh man, what was it? I had a thought on the tip of my tongue, and then I forgot it.
So did I.
There's so many like
Terrible universes.
terrible
to be a part of.
universes. Yeah. God damn, man, I cannot think about it now. But you know what would be cool? I would totally live in Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Cause you're a fucking demon hunter, like you're a monster hunter, like you're
guess.
trained.
Okay, so I guess we haven't really established the ground rules. Are you?
You're an active role in
you're,
the thing.
You're an active role, but are you just because you're an active role? Does that mean if in Van Helsing you're a vampire hunter?
Are you
Yeah.
Van Helsing?
Are
Yeah,
you
are you
the
main
vampire
character?
hunter? You know what I'm saying, or are you just a main character in that could die? You know, like, do you have the skills? Like,
So are you
like in
asking
Predator,
for the main guy,
are you a Marine?
potentially?
Well, I mean, even in Predator,
Or
you're
a Commando?
fucked.
So you're saying are you potentially an expendable character, or are you the main character?
You can be
Yeah.
both. You're just an active part of that universe.
You gotta
like,
be, you gotta be
it'd
active,
like,
but like,
it would be like, what,
Are you-
what would you think that you could be?
like,
you
do
know
you
what
have
I mean?
the
Like,
skills that transfer over?
yeah, like,
is
do you
the
think
thing.
that like you would be able to train yourself to be a vampire hunter?
So what
you
you're
know what I mean?
saying is, do you think you would survive? We've come full circle to where we
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
So, again-
I don't think. I mean, I don't think you'd have like a great chance of survival.
I'm
eventually,
saying-
eventually, you'd get old in the Van Helsing universe. You'd get old, and that monster that maybe you didn't kill that lives for thousands of centuries would be like, "Hey, remember me, motherfucker? like you're old now."
Sup?
Yeah.
I'm not.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just asking though. If you're in the universe, do you inherently have the skill set for it? So, like Van Helsing, are you inherently at least a vampire hunter?
Yeah.
I would like to think so.
Yeah, I mean,
you
'cause
would
it
have
wouldn't-
no fucking chance.
Yeah, because you would have
otherwise.
you would have no chance.
Yeah.
If, like you don't have like you said, like it would be stupid that if you had like the extreme knowledge of like you just like if you were just in
Yeah,
that
you
universe
already knew
and you
about
already knew
Pennywise.
everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it would be stupid. There would be no point to the question. But no, I mean, yeah, you would being an active role in that universe, you would at least have either some sort of skill set or some know-how of that universe.
You guys ever seen Fire in the Sky? I know you have.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
Aw,
that would suck to be that guy. That's like the ultimate alien abduction
Or the
movie.
Mist.
really?
The
Oof,
Mist,
no.
the
Mist would be
the
rough.
Mist, yeah, the Mist would be so rough.
That'd be a
Or
rough
the
one.
Fog, either one of them, they're
Which
like the
one
same
was the
thing.
one with the giant bugs?
That was the fog.
That was
Was
the
the
fog.
fog?
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
Nah,
you see-
that shit was so sad.
You ever see the theory about how, like,
Stephen
In
King
the-
likes that better than his book.
in the
Yeah.
fog,
Yeah.
when that lady in the store was like, we gotta sacrifice the child for God's will.
That's the
da-da-da-da-da-da.
Mist.
Is that the
Yeah.
Mist?
That's the Mist.
That's right. You're right. The Mist. In the Mist, when she's like, we gotta sacrifice the child
She
for
was
God's
right.
will.
Yeah.
She was right.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he killed his son at the end of the movie, it
It
all
stopped.
ended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
That was
should
so
just listen to the
sad,
crazy
though.
lady.
And then he had no more bullets.
yeah, that was the saddest fucking thing.
That was such a good movie. I want to
It was.
rewatch that one.
I
I would
watch
hate
it
to
again,
live in the
too.
silent. No, we already talked about it, but living in Silent Hill would just be fucking awful.
The fucked up thing is
Oh,
it's
yeah.
real. Like Silent Hill is a
Centralia.
real place.
Yeah.
Okay, which one would be worse to live in? Child's Play or Puppet Master?
Oh, it's, Puppet Master, hands down. There's so many of them. There's so many of them,
There's so many of
I
them.
know.
dude. Because imagine that little drill dude,
Yeah, the
just
little
like
drill dude.
and just like drilling into your fucking chest because you're not dying right away. That drill's only like this big.
They had him.
You know what I mean?
They had him at that store too,
Did they?
where they had the giant ash.
No, that's cool.
Man, no, see, I wouldn't own that because I'm afraid of it coming to life.
I want one of the Chucky's on the Roomba.
Fuck that.
Chucky's on a Roomba.
It's a Chucky doll on a Roomba,
No,
so he just goes around your house.
That's
fuck
scary.
that. No, I don't like Chucky. I'll never forget when I was a kid, and one of the kids I grew up with in the neighborhood I lived in, he had a Chucky doll, and we used to talk about it all the time. And he said one day he went into the basement and he couldn't find the Chucky doll anymore, and we were like horrified.
Oh yeah.
Which could have been his older brother or sister playing a prank on all of us.
My dad did
but
that
like,
to me.
yo, we were fucking scared.
Yeah.
My dad did that
You
to
know
me.
what was it? Austin
Yeah.
Irwin.
Oh yeah.
I used to
Austin
have
Irwin,
a
he used to
My
have
Buddy
Chucky
and
doll,
Me.
and we were fucking scared.
I had a My Buddy and Me doll, which is basically what Chucky was based off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when I saw Chucky, I locked it in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad thought it would be really funny
Yeah.
in the middle of the night
Take it
to
out
go
of the
down,
basement.
get it out of the basement, and stand it up in my bed. So when I woke up, it was the first fucking thing I saw.
Ugh. You know what
That's all
scared?
of it.
You know what
Ripped
always
apart.
scared me? Because I got rid of it and it came back. Furby.
I love Furbies.
Furby.
Yo, because
Furbies.
Furby.
no, because yo, literally, I don't know what it was. I got so creeped
Mine
out.
spoke Latin.
Yeah, I got so creeped out by the Furby. I was like, I gotta get rid of this fucking thing. So I got rid of it, and all of a sudden one night, I'm going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I hear Furby, Furby, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go downstairs and I open up the closet, and he's up on the fucking shelf.
Yeah,
And
you
I
know what
was
that
like,
was? It was probably your mom. Your mom probably took it out of the trash.
No, she didn't even know I threw it out. I threw that bitch in the fucking woods.
I don't know then.
She don't go outside.
She'll go outside.
Yes, she does.
I remember my buddy Josh. I guess he had like mice or something in his walls, but all he would hear is scratches in his
Ugh.
walls. So he was horrified. He thought
Yeah.
his room was haunted. So his dad thought it was funny when he went to school. His dad put a phone with like a scary ringtone
Oh my god.
like in the ceiling and like one of the tiles, and like at like 2 a.m. called it.
Oh,
So
God.
so all you would hear is like.
Oh Oh my
No.
god.
Fucking scared the shit out of them.
Oh, I
Dude,
bet.
imagine if it was that. What the fuck was that stupid movie? That movie that was awful.
A lot of
There's a
them.
lot
One
of them,
Missed
yeah.
Call.
Mm.
Oh, that would
Where
be
you hear your death.
Dude, you just hear like
Yeah.
you're just sleeping and like your phone's on silent and you hear that stupid ringtone
Oh
and
my
you're just
God.
like looking around your room like wondering where the fuck it's coming
That
from.
movie was trying to be The Grudge so hard.
Yeah.
It was trying to be The Grudge so hard.
Dude,
There was,
that
a whole,
would-
there was a whole stretch of that. Fear.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be an
Yeah.
easy universe to live in. The Grudge. Just don't watch the VHS.
No,
That's
that's
the Ring.
That's the Ring.
Or the Ring. Yeah,
The
the
Grudge
Ring.
is just the
The
house.
Ring actually
Yeah.
scared me when I first watched it.
Yeah.
Was it just the house? But it followed them too, didn't it?
I think
From
so,
house to
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it killed her in the hospital.
That
Or
was
something,
like
yeah.
I
the
killed her in the
second one, though.
hospital, I think.
There's something. I don't really remember the parameters around.
I wasn't crazy about The Grudge.
that.
Nah, it was okay.
Every Japanese horror movie has the same pale child, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's always the same.
Another
Well,
one
that's
that-
because that's their folklore over there.
Yeah, but like,
Another terrible
maybe
one.
switch it up
Yeah.
for one of the thousands of movies you've done it for.
Yeah.
Another terrible one to live in would probably be Hostel.
Hostel? Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Oh
Well,
my
that's
God.
real. That's real. You want to live that. Just go overseas and just fucking go into some grimy nightclubs or something and you're
And then
living
get
it.
picked up by some chick and then sold to the highest bidder so you can get chopped up
Yeah.
or fucking whatever it may
Fucking
be.
eating.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit fucking happens. Like,
Getting
Does.
had virgin's blood bleeding on you.
Yes.
Like,
One movie that it's like a guilty pleasure for me is Sinister. I actually like the Sinister movies.
I don't know if I've ever
I
seen
like
that.
I like
It's the same thing as
I like parts
as The
of
Ring.
them.
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah,
I like parts of them. The first one was alright. The second one
Sounds familiar.
had two parts.
it's the dude. He looks kind of like Slender Man, Bagul.
Which
You watch the video and it makes kids kill their families.
Yes, yes.
What was
If
the,
you didn't see it, now you know what happens.
Yeah. What was the one with
I'll probably never watch it.
with
It's
Dee
okay.
Schneider?
Oh, decent. Back in the 80s?
Yeah.
What was that
That
called?
movie he directed.
Yeah, he
too.
directed.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
remember what it was
good though.
called.
It was fucking
Oh,
good.
God,
We got all the tribal on his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
He was
that.
like
remember.
he was like body morphing fucking
Mhm.
people and shit. Like
Yeah.
that shit was awesome.
I don't remember what
It
it
would
was
suck
called.
to live
I
with
was
a
just
leprechaun.
reading about this
Le-
movie.
yeah,
the other day.
Strangeland.
Strangeland, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that movie was so good. Yeah, Leprechaun, fuck that.
Yeah, that would suck.
You're
You're gonna die a horrible way, and people are gonna laugh.
I like
at
how
you.
just easy it was. Leprechaun, fuck that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Not only are you dealing with a midget,
yeah.
Oh God.
I'd live in Gremlins.
Yeah, I know you would.
you just follow the rules. He tells you what to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd live in Gremlins.
It's literally laid out for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this and nothing bad happens.
When can you
okay.
feed them though? It just says not after
You
midnight.
feed them during the day.
Yeah.
No, I guess it's sunrise is when you can feed them again.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's like
But
saying
isn't
you
that
can't wear
technically
white after
after
Memorial
midnight?
Day. It's always
Isn't-
after Memorial Day.
yeah.
Isn't sunrise technically after midnight though?
No,
Yeah,
it's just,
that's
it's
the
basically don't
technically,
don't
but-
feed them in the dark.
Basically, just let them starve to death and let the problem sort
That
itself
sounds
out.
good. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
Fuck
Yeah.
no, are you kidding me? Gizmo was so adorable. How could you just let him starve to death?
After seeing the movie, pretty
After
easy.
seeing
Yeah.
Wait,
the movie.
Gizmo's the one
I
that
don't know if you
saved
recall
them.
the second one, but it got real fucking hectic.
Yeah.
But who came to save the day? Gizmo.
Gizmo was a good guy.
Yeah, Gizmo came to save the day at the end. I love the second movie. It's an underrated
Dude,
fucking gem.
the best part of that whole one is when they're interviewing the really smart one. He's like, "Excuse me,"
yeah.
shoots the other one.
I
Or-
like that
or-
they had the critic in the second one.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that critic slammed the first movie. That was a
Yeah,
real
and
critic.
then they killed him with
And
the
then they
fucking
killed
film.
him. And he's like,
Yeah.
it's a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And then he reviewed that movie and gave it like a 5.
Yeah.
Still panned it. He was in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's journalistic integrity, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the Hulk Hogan part
Oh, God.
where like they put on like a like some weird like
When's that coming out,
film
by the
of
way?
what?
They've been making Gremlins 3 for like 20 years.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be fun.
I
don't
keep
know.
hearing it's like, oh, it's a development, it's an active development, and
That's
then
never
like,
gonna come
and then like 3 years pass, and then I see the same thing. It's like it's an active
I
development.
don't know. How are we getting Avatar 2 and not Gremlins 3?
Yo, I liked
Avatar 2, we're getting Avatar 5.
Yeah.
You know this,
James
right?
Cameron's got them all planned out.
5?
They're filming like 2 and 3
They have
at
them
the
all
same
planned.
time.
Oh,
I liked the
it's
first
gross.
one though.
As you go back, it's not that good.
I liked it.
It's
It's Blue Man
I
CGI.
saw it in 3D. I was stoned when I saw it. It was the most beautiful movie I've ever
What are
seen.
we talking about?
Avatar. James
Oh,
Cameron's
Jesus
Avatar.
Christ! You mean Dances with Wolves with blue people?
I liked it. Whatever.
It's just
saying,
a
it
Trail
just
of
wasn't
Tears.
good.
But here's the thing: I don't know how they're making 5 of them because
Yeah,
they've already
that's
confirmed
that's
5.
crazy.
They're making 2 and 3 at the same time. How are you gonna have Sam Worthington in the movie
I was just gonna
anymore?
say, yeah.
Like he's like fucking.
He's getting old.
He's not even just getting old. He's like not relevant. He was relevant for 3 years.
He was relevant when he was in Clash of the Titans.
That
was it.
was like right after Avatar.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
That
he was
was
in
it.
Mad Max.
That wasn't Sam Worthington.
No, that was Tom Hardy.
That was
Oh,
Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy. Yeah, never mind.
How dare you?
Sam Worthington
Besmirch
was
Tom Hardy's
the
name.
fucking
Don't
demigod
ever.
in Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Who
No.
do you think you are?
But I'm saying like he's
that's
not
what I'm saying.
acting.
That's
No.
how much I don't remember him. When I think of
Yeah,
main cast,
he
I
was
think of
around
fucking.
for, like,
I think of Tom Hardy.
a couple
Like
years.
I was like Tom Hardy and Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver. That were like the only people I remember in that movie.
Tom Hardy wasn't even in that movie.
What, Avatar?
No, he wasn't in that movie.
Oh man, I'm just
Sam
giving him
Worthington
credit.
was in that
You're
movie.
just giving him credit.
I'm just giving him credit.
It was
That-
Sam Worthington.
That was Sam Worthington.
wow, he looks a lot like Tom Hardy.
No.
I don't see it.
No, not at all.
Wait, I gotta look this up.
Yeah, please
I've been
do,
putting
because
Tom
you're
Hardy in that
confused.
fucking.
You're very confused.
Oh, I'm trying to think of. Okay, so what are good horror scenarios you could be in? What are just good ones? Not ones you think you could survive in, but ones you think you can at least tolerate until you die. You know, like something.
World's End. Just get wasted until you get beat to death by robots.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, at that point, you might even put up somewhat of a fight.
Yeah.
I guess all three of those movies were pretty much like party movies up until you die. Like,
Yeah.
Hot Fuzz, I wouldn't consider that horror, but Hot Fuzz is like sort of like you're partying until you die.
I'd like to be
And
a part
afterwards
of
they
that.
were partying.
You know what would be a fucking terrible one to be in? I don't know if you guys have seen it. I know you have. Last Shift.
Yo,
cop one?
That would not be good.
That would suck.
I don't
Did you ever
know.
see that?
I don't know.
Oh,
That would not
I
be
think
good.
I have it. If I do, I'll bring it over one
Yeah,
night. That
do it.
movie is so good. Or when I move into my new place, I can just be like, come over and watch these movies,
Yeah,
guys.
definitely.
Because I move on Sunday.
Oh shit.
Ooh, nice.
Not this next Sunday. Is
Yeah.
it next Sunday?
Probably.
Well, today's Sunday.
You
Yeah,
don't
so I
think,
think
you
it'll
don't
be
think
next
he
Sunday.
kind of looks like Tom
Holy
Hardy?
shit! I move next Sunday.
Oh man.
That's a week.
A little bit.
What? Let me see.
He's like a.
No, he don't look like Tom Hardy at
Well, you
all.
think that animal looks like Tom Hardy?
He's
That
like-
beautiful man sculpted from an image of the gods themselves?
I'm talking about like a knockoff Tom Hardy. You know what I mean?
No, knockoff Tom Hardy is the dude that was in The Invitation. He was an upgrade. What's his name? Logan Marshall Green. That's your knockoff Tom
The
Hardy.
Invitation?
Tom Hardy
He
is-
didn't look like anything like him in The Invitation, though.
Well,
he had the beard, the long
look
hair.
at a picture of him right now. Look up Logan Marshall Green.
The Invitation was so good.
Invitation was really good.
Yeah.
Upgrade was really fucking
I still
good.
gotta watch that.
That movie's badass.
Yeah, and that
He
one I
does-
can see
he
where he's the
does.
great value
He does
Tom
look
Hardy.
like
Yeah, look at him.
That's a great value Tom Hardy.
Holy shit, that is a great value
Yeah,
Tom Hardy.
I told you.
That's like the
That
Tom
is
Hardy you
Tom
buy at
Hardy.
Walmart.
That is the Tom Hardy by Walmart. It's a shame too. He's a good actor, but I'll never not think one was
He looks just like him.
bargain brand Tom
He
Hardy.
was. That movie was phenomenal. Devil. He was in Devil.
Oh, you like Devil?
I like
did.
Devil. It was more of a thriller than a horror, though.
I just wasn't sold on the whole. It was the grand.
I saw it in the movie theater, so like,
I just thought it was a good
It was good.
suspense.
yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
you know, it was better than the
I
happening.
mean, the whole movie was in the elevator.
I probably would have liked that. I probably would have been like, that was a great movie if someone was like, you know who didn't direct it? M. Night Shyamalan. I'd be like, man,
Yeah.
you know what? 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Second,
what?
his name's attached to it. I'm like, you
You
got
know
it
what?
to Sixth Sense. That's it.
But
Here's a question.
that's it.
Here-
Unbreakable, dude.
Well, I don't consider that that's not a horror movie. I don't
Yeah,
consider that a horror movie.
But you're just talking about M. Night Shyamalan movies. Let's talk about M. Night Shyamalan movies.
well,
Yeah.
all right, fine. I'm talking about M. Night Shyamalan horror, where he's just like, what a twist.
Yeah.
There's literally an entire episode
Split.
of Robot Chicken.
Yeah.
Split.
That would be a horror movie.
Split.
And Split was good.
Yeah.
So technically, Unbreakable is that
It took them
universe.
20 years to make a good one.
Unbreakable's in the universe, but Unbreakable
That's a superhero movie.
is more of a superhero
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, alright.
Split was more of a horror movie.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, think about it this way, because like that brought up my point. Cloverfield, right?
Yeah.
That would be a terrible one.
First movie's not technically a horror movie. The second one,
I think the first one's a horror.
It is a monster movie.
a kaiju movie. It's for me, it's more like Godzilla.
I guess you could.
Fuck anime.
Godzilla's not
I'm not
anime,
talking about
bitch.
anime tonight.
Godzilla's not fucking anime, bitch. It was a
Really?
dude
Because
in a
what was
fucking,
a cartoon with badly drawn
No,
mouths and
no.
eyes and their arms flailing real
It
fast?
was a
Here-
dude in a suit.
And here's why I say that the first one's a horror movie. Just the one scene. She's got a bite. She's got a bite. Poof! And then she blows up. That is fucking horrifying.
Dude, it's a
Things in
monster
the,
movie.
Those things in the caves. Well, I can see when you see a giant monster, you do think of a giant monster movie, which would be like Godzilla, would be like Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
You know? So I can see how you think of that, but like with those little things running around those caves,
Oh, yeah, no. The big mouths.
No, fuck that.
You know what would be a shitty movie to be a main like
The
character
second one would
in?
suck to be in.
Pumpkinhead.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pumpkinhead would suck because the only way you're gonna win, the only way you come out alive is if you kill yourself.
Yeah, you know what's even worse?
So you don't.
I know Des would be horrified. Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, no.
That'd be a tough one.
Nope.
To do.
That would
Nope,
yeah,
nope,
yeah,
nope,
that would be a
nope,
hard one.
nope, nope,
The third
nope,
one was
nope.
trash though.
That was a terrible
Nope.
movie.
I could live through the
No.
third one. Just
After
like,
I watched the
you know,
first
just
movie,
look around. It's all during the day. Movie fucking sucked.
I watched the first movie and I slept with my mom for 6 months straight.
Especially after
Terrible.
they didn't even like the way they left the second one off. They're like all armed up. They were gonna fight this thing.
Yeah.
And the third one's like about his truck.
I never even watched
The third one, they're like, wait, let's go back to the end of the first one.
It's about
Dude,
his.
that was so stupid. They went from like, because there's the theory of Jeepers Creepers is set on not even this planet. There's that theory, and there's also the theory that he's actually hunting something that's inside of us. Like, he comes every 23rd spring for 23 days because there's an incubation period for something that's inside of people that he's able to sense when he smells them, and that's why he only picks certain victims, because certain people have this certain thing that he's looking for.
I thought he picked victims just because he needed parts.
Well, they went off fear and if the parts are usable to him, but there's also another fan theory that when you watch the
I like
video,
the-
it
I
actually
like
makes
the
a
other
lot of
planet
sense.
one, though.
The other planet one's
It's
basically
pretty
just
dope.
Yeah.
a proving ground, like kind of how the Predator.
Yeah.
I always bring up Predator because it's dope.
Predator.
But Predator had its hunting planet. It's the same
Predators.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Same thing with that
movie.
movie Dark City.
You mean
Yeah.
that? So like fucking the Jeepers Creepers guy was basically fucking like fighting like Cthulhu or something.
Pretty
shit.
much,
like some
yeah, no.
Old, like it was like,
basically
old
there was
gods,
like chest bursters.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it could detect chest bursters in you,
Yeah.
and it kills you because that's what's in it. Because if you saw, like, if he was really harvesting parts that he needed,
He like
when
looked at people.
well,
Yeah.
not even that. He
Yeah.
had a truck full of bodies that
Yes.
he already had picked, so clearly they had the parts he needed. So what's he
Yeah.
going after other people
That's
for?
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good. I like that theory that he's hunting something.
It's interesting.
No.
They
Makes
should
you
make a
think.
fourth one and make it good again.
Well, they won't. They won't because it turns out the guy was like a huge, major fucking pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
That was for the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the guy that directed the second one.
Yeah.
That's why there's a lot of homoerotic scenes in it of 17-year-old boys.
Yeah. The fucking football team on the bus.
The first one was so good. It really
The
was.
second one was good in its own way too.
No, it was, but the first one was just.
Oh, it was
Oh,
superior.
Yeah.
It was superior.
I'll never forget watching that movie. I was
Yeah.
babysitting my little cousin. We were like, it was me and my other cousin, and then our second cousin. And he was like 10, and we were like 13 at the time. And we were home alone in the middle of nowhere in the woods on this dark road. There was only one street light. And literally, right after we turned the movie off, I look out the window, and it's this brown fucking van across the street under the only fucking street light on the street. I shit you not. I'm not even lying. Like, I legitimately saw his van across the street.
It's
Yeah.
funny how things like that happen.
And I
Because like, when
slept
you
with my
watch
mom
The
for 6 months.
Strangers,
Yeah.
you were locked out of your house.
Yeah.
So you were
Really?
out. You were out in the middle of nowhere.
When I
just
went,
waiting.
no, it was when I lived in Marlton.
Well, you were locked outside.
But I was locked outside at like 2 in the morning,
Ugh.
and like I had literally just got home from the theater from seeing The Strangers, and I was like,
Yeah,
man,
that
no
shit's
one around here has
freaky.
anything to fucking do. This could totally happen.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was like. Like I just got done watching 1408, and it was like the middle of the night. I'm like,
Such a good
let me go get a pack of smokes,
It's
right?
only
And I'm
just
fucking, I'm
begun.
driving, and I can't get my fucking. My fucking thing to work. So I'm like, why can't I get any music on? I'm like, whatever, I'll just put on the fucking radio. And then it's like, dude talking for a couple seconds, and it's like, all right, well, back to the music. And I hear, we've only just begun.
I would have crashed my
Dude,
car right
yo,
there.
I was
Right to a pole.
horrified. Because you know how dark Atco is.
Yeah.
Dude, and I'm like, and yeah,
I know.
because, like, growing up there, and, like, dude, I'm driving, like, towards Atco Ave, and I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
fuck
That
that.
movie,
Like-
I loved the part in that movie when he was waving at the guy across the way.
Yeah.
And I was just
Dude.
like, fuck that.
Yo, that's
Yeah.
like that movie was so like
That
it was
movie
so
touches
good.
base on my biggest fear with that whole, like, you can't get out no matter what thing.
Yeah,
Like when he goes out of the window and like there's no window on the other side of the
Yeah.
door
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I would have jumped
yeah.
right then and there.
You know one you could probably get away with in too? We watched this movie. I don't know if you guys watched this movie. We watched this movie recently together. Vile.
No, I've never watched it.
That's the one where you had to torture yourself.
Oh
to,
yeah,
to
that
hit,
one wasn't bad honestly.
you had to hit a certain pain threshold. It's like you gotta get a percentage because when you have pain, your body excretes some sort of thing, and they're taking whatever fear juice from you,
Yeah.
or pain juice from you.
Basically, the
So,
whole thing was
You can't die in it.
Yeah,
You just have to self-torture yourself, or you have 6 people in the room, so it's like they were taking turns torturing each other. You know what I'm saying?
To get out.
To get out. I mean, at the end, it was like a whole like conspiracy thing where they killed you anyway. But in that one, people made it out. So like,
I just get kicked in the balls constantly.
It was worse than that.
No,
man.
it was so they were using cheese graters on people.
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
saying
They
like
were fucking the one that really it didn't really get me, but like sucked was the flat iron on
well,
the
no,
dude's
dude.
stomach, and they just pressed it there for like 30
Dude,
seconds.
the boiling water part.
Oh, the boiling water part.
They were putting their arms into a pot of boiling water, and this one chick just came in and knocked it all over the place on
my
everyone. But at one point in the movie, this guy was like, "Yo, guys, make me one promise," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "Stay away from my genitals." And everyone in the room was like, "Yeah, no, I think we can all agree on that."
And then that's the dude whose genitals got burned by the boiling water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's like the sweet spot. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there'd be enough pain there. You get him with a cheese grater, all that shit. Like you get kicked in the balls enough times, you're like throwing up, you're
Well,
vomiting.
Well, let me ask you a question. You think getting kicked in the balls 10 times would be worse than someone holding a fucking iron to your stomach for
No.
35
if
seconds?
they shattered your testicles,
Well,
probably.
number one, how are you going to shatter soft, spongy...
They can.
What's wrong with your balls?
You can rupture your
you can
testicle.
rupture
It's
your
called.
testicles.
It's more like a mushing,
Yeah.
Yes.
but you can use shatter in the sense, but it is more like
I mean,
a
you
mushing.
can break a
Yeah.
penis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can break a
So-
penis.
Nah. I feel like there's enough pain there that like getting kicked enough because then you'll start to internally bleed in your groin area and stuff like that. I feel like
Well, that's the thing,
you
they
could
made
save the rest of your body because at least you could get them cut off after if you escape.
Cool, so at least I have all my fingers, but
I'll
I
never
can't
be able
piss
to
or have
fuck
sex
again.
anymore.
Yeah.
Also, it should be said too, in order to get out like the percentages of damage.
Yeah.
It was like to the
Ow.
point where you were fucking almost barely alive.
Yeah.
Ah,
It
okay.
wasn't just like a quick like the burn
Stab
stomach
you in the
thing
side.
for
Yeah.
35 seconds only gave him like a quarter of what that one
Yeah.
person needed to do.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
need
Yeah.
to watch this movie.
It was pretty good. It was
No.
pretty good.
Yeah. What about Terrifier? I would hate to live in
That was
that.
a
Oh,
terrible
yeah,
one. to
no.
live in. That's a terrible one. to
Yeah.
live
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Get chopped in half.
in. Salt in
The,
half.
the,
Alive.
the chick got chopped in half from vagina down to her head.
Yeah.
She was hung upside down.
Alive.
Yeah.
Well,
He
she was
started
alive for
with
a
her
bunch of it.
vagina.
Yeah.
She was alive for a bunch of it.
She was alive for the cutting of the vagina.
Pretty
part.
much all of it.
That's no different than Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah.
God, dude,
Yeah.
that scene got me not laid. I remember,
You know what
You
movie
can't
got me
watch
not
that
laid?
scene and then be like, yeah, let's get it on. Like,
literally like,
The only movie that ever got me not laid was a Serbian film.
no, I mean, how are you gonna get laid to that? Newborn porn.
Born.
Yeah, no one's getting laid to that.
No, that was like
I'll-
3 days of like my girlfriend at the time. It was just like, yo, so like, what's going on? She was like, no.
I'm also sure like August Underground would have gotten you not laid.
That'll get anyone not laid.
All those sorts of movies,
Exploitation.
exploitation, those extreme
What do you
ones.
think is worse, August Underground or Serbian film?
August Underground easily.
Yeah.
August Underground easily.
Yeah.
what about that one movie too that Spit on Your Grave?
August Underground's worse.
Oh, so much worse.
No, but I'm talking about like
That was
like,
a rough
in-
one.
I'm
That's
talking
a rough
about in
one.
like that line of like rough movies. Like,
Let
it
me
was, like,
put this
Spit
in
on Your
perspective
Grave.
for you.
I know
August Underground
about them.
upset Anthony and made him put down wings.
I put down a wing for about a minute.
Wow.
He
Wow.
put down a wing.
Wow.
And just looked at me. He's like, dude, I'm getting pissed.
It was offensive, man.
That's
Yeah.
a fucked up movie.
That's how I felt about
Oh, I
Don't
need to
Fuck with
borrow
Cats.
those.
I was
need to borrow
getting
those.
pissed at that.
wanna
Don't
take
Fuck with
samples
Cats. I
out
wanted
of
that
it.
dude to die so
Yeah.
bad.
But that's real.
Luca McNaughta. I wanted him to die. Well, every ounce of my being. That is real.
I'll tell you what, man. Anyone that can like hear a sound clip from August Underground, just like and identify it, like just stay away. Just stay away from that person entirely. That movie is so fucked up,
That
man.
movie's got so many things. I'm not even gonna say the type of things that are in it, but it's.
I
like-
will. So at one point,
Oh, I thought we were trying to abstain from this. Okay, go on.
I was going to talk about when he opened that 55-gallon drum and there was an infant, a dead infant in it.
Yeah.
It had covered in maggots, and he ate one of the maggots.
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's oh man,
How about that? Okay, the one scene at the end
with the bathtub,
Not. I'm not talking about necessarily the bathtub portion of it because.
the whole thing.
No, I'm not talking about that one portion of it, but like when he's like jerking off while they cut the one girl's throat on top of him and it's bleeding on him. He's jerking off while there's some stuff happening to some young individual in a bathtub.
Young dead individual.
young dead individual in a bathtub. It was, oh my god.
Yeah, it's
The
fucked
second
up.
one was the roughest, one.
That's the roughest movie I've ever watched.
I mean, what the hammer sequence in the beginning of it was rough.
Yeah.
With the dude that was OD'd.
So it's basically like if someone took bestgore.com and just made a compilation.
It's basically like someone saw August Underground and was like, we should make a website called Best Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's rough, dude.
It's almost like, and the thing is, it's made on like a $700 budget. It's literally like you watch Fred Vogel, the director, actor, main effects guy, how he spent $700.
It was so realistic that at one point he was cutting up a body in a bathtub and he was getting sick from the smell. Like, they didn't cut any expense out. Like, it wasn't like, hey, let's chop this body up and we're totally unaffected by it. Like at one point he's cutting someone up and he ruptures the stomach and it's bubbling and he's like, God, the smell. And like he starts like getting sick from it. Dude, it's fucking like, they go in and he's like he's like a gore effects master.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, if I had money and I was gonna make a horror movie, I would have him do my effects like 100%.
Yeah.
They were
100%.
so real looking, and they use like, because the setup of the movie is it's not really a plot movie. It's sort of found footage.
It's
sort of.
the entire concept of the movie is you're walking down the street, you find this tape, you put it in your VCR. This is what you see.
It's just like
what do you do?
It looks like home videos basically.
Yeah.
Like there's
Okay.
there is sections in it where it's just like home videos. Like it was them out in like a field
At a hardcore show.
at a hardcore show. The Murder Junkies played at that show.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like
all
that-
in Pennsylvania too.
It's all
The
in
whole thing takes place in
Pennsylvania.
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
wow.
Wow.
But it's basically so like you see intersperse that and then there's just the gore segments.
It's just a group of maniacs that are making home movies.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's crazy.
The second one was just so fucked.
The second one, the second one was so fucked up that the third one just didn't surprise me anymore.
No, there was no top in it.
There was no topping.
Well, the third one too, they also went higher in production value. Like, it almost looked like a respectable movie by that point, and that kind of takes away from it. Like the pure shock of that.
Well, the thing is too, because like we watched
You
them.
can't even talk about
We
it.
watched them all in a row. I think you watched them all in a row the first time.
I've
you
watched them all 3 times each.
Yeah, all in a row. So like,
You can't do anything in front of me anymore.
But-
It ain't gonna shock me.
by the time you watch the third one, you've already seen it all.
Yeah, you've seen it all.
You've seen it all.
Man, you kind of make me want to watch these.
Yeah. Am I? I remember I watched that and I had work in the morning, and that's when I was waking up at 4 a.m. to go to Livingston.
Yeah.
It was a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
I remember I was at work and I'm just like PTSD almost, just like
Yeah.
fucking like, man, I can't do this.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
like I mean,
Yeah, they're fucked up.
the thing is though, like, have you watched Don't Fuck with Cats?
No, I want to.
I
I'm
want
letting
to.
the
Here's
hype
the-
of it
here's-
all pass
here's
because
the-
I saw the fucking 2 guys 1 ice pick video like 5 years ago now.
That's not the part that made me sick. The part that made me sick was early on when they were going over the first videos he made.
Oh, the cats.
The cats,
In the
because
vacuum.
because the thing is, they have the one lady they're interviewing and they're playing the video. They don't show you it all, but you hear the fucking vacuum and you could picture it in your head. And when she starts crying and she's like, "I can't watch," like, you can put that mental image in your fucking head, and it's so like. It's so gut wrenching because you know it's real, and because I remember the boa constrictor video. I remember that actually like circulating through Facebook and
I
shit
don't
like
know
that. So like, but like I never like went further with it. You know what I mean? I never thought about like there was some dude
I
like
saw, like,
Luca
some of these
Magnotta out
videos,
there.
though.
You know what I mean?
Like the videos that are in this documentary were passed around on 4chan and stuff. Like I saw these.
Yeah.
I've seen
Yeah.
all Luca Magnotta's videos. And
Yeah.
3 guys 1 hammer and
Yeah.
That
I heard
one's rough.
That
Yeah.
one's rough.
that one's real rough.
Oh,
3
when
guys
he's-
1 hammer.
When he's stabbing him with the screwdriver.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That
And
was-
just the face,
Yeah.
like
Well, the
trying to
thing
open
is-
his mouth and
The
Yeah.
thing about it
Yeah, that
is
shit was
no matter
crazy.
what, even if he tried, that guy had throat cancer. He couldn't scream for help no matter what.
No.
Yeah.
So he was fucked
And
regardless.
that's the crazy. That's the crazy.
And that was in the
thing.
course of 3 weeks. They killed 17 people in 3 weeks.
And
That's
and the
insane.
other thing was too, like the end of that video was they were like 20 feet away from a highway.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Like literally in that video, you see them walk to the highway.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's
get
like a
away.
20-foot trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know what's the crazy thing is like we were talking about like all these horror universes and stuff that we would like think would suck to live in and shit like that. But it's like when you really talk about like some of the horrific shit that actually happens in the real
We
world,
are
it's
living in
like
the horror
you know what I
universe.
mean? Like we're the scariest horror universe in the world because it could just happen.
Which serial killer would you rather have after you? What serial killer would you?
That I think we should save for another thing.
Oh, we could say that for our next cast.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll say that for our next cast,
because
'cause I think
I have a lot.
that's a
of input on
very
that one.
interesting. That's a very interesting.
Which one would
subject.
you want to deal with the most?
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to end it then.
Yeah.
We'll
So
roll up with that on the next one.
yeah, next time on Lamecast, we're gonna talk about
Serial killers.
serial killers.
Which one you would want to have it? Which one not even which one would you want?
Prefer.
Which one would you be willing to deal with?
Yeah, deal with. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah,
Stay classy.
Ron Burgundy.
yeah, all that other stuff.
Ron Burgundy.
Yep. Ron Burgundy. Stay
Ron
classy.
Burgundy.